Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Hope you're doing well. Today I'm getting into my guild brawls. I just threw one out there and I thought I've only got 4 hours left in the guild brawl sequence or timeline, so why not I throw on the record? We're probably going to see most of the battles, maybe all of them. So yeah, this is a guild brawl battle video. If that sounds interesting, stick around and stay tuned. Get into it. And so this was my first submission. I only had green to pick from, and I only had this summoner. This time around, I did kind of a mistake with respect to my renting. If you don't know, I really take I take the guild brawl battles very seriously. I rent in order to win because I think the SPS is super important, but I think the merits are super important, and I love community aspect. So if you love Splinterlands and you want to be in part of a guild or grow a community element and sort of a connection with other people, check out Time and Attention, which is our guild. Or, you know, there's lots of amazing guilds, but just get plugged in because it's going to help you earn more rewards for the same time and effort, plus have more fun. And so today I was submitting my battles, but I made a mistake this week. I rented a bunch of cards on my secondary account, which is by no means like where I want to spend that money. It's like super non-competitive at the league level. This is tier 5. This matters. And so I usually rent, you know, 1,500 DEC, maybe 1,000 DEC per worth of cards, alpha, betas, untames to fight in the gold fray in tier 5, and I usually do quite well. This was the first battle. I only had one summoner to choose from. One summoner failed summoner, or guy's name. I forget this green summoner's name, but -2 armor. But I have a solid team. I've got the Katrelba, and everything's equalized. So Katrelba's hitting like a truck, dropping 8 damage out the gate. We have one Inspire over here with the Brownie. We have a little battering ram, a tank heal, which is gonna have tons of meat shield to heal up. And you can just tell, not going my buddy's way. My opponent is gonna fall pretty hard here. It doesn't seem like he had the kit. Like, I don't know that he had the cards. Like, I mean, just looking at what he built, it was like very hodgepodge. There was a Brownie and a Kron and a, I don't know if it certainly didn't, it wasn't an optimized play. And so that was match 1. Hopefully we'll see all the battles as we move forward here. And you'll see my decision-making process. So if that sounds interesting, stick around. King of Rockets, 2.6 million power. Okay, GG. So everybody's got Sneak, Cripple, and Blood and Sunder, which allows armor to slowly disappear. It's my enemy's arena, and they've banished 2. Look at this, they can banish 2 summoners now. Tofu and Kitty. That tells you something about who they think is most powerful, right? Kitty is still number 1, but people seem to really love Tofu. And I did say Tofu was going to be amazing. I don't have a Tofu yet. I will one day probably have it, but I'm having huge success with Drath, but that's another conversation for another time. Your monsters suffer a plus. Wow. This is a crazy number of buffs or debuffs. Anyways, we got to go. 59 mana. We should have some summoners to choose from. Okay, we got Play-Doh. Got Alric. Probably we go Play-Doh. But we got to look at what magic situation. Like, this could be pretty juicy. Like, this is gonna hit pretty hard. We bring out that, and then probably we bring out like as big as we can go. So I could do Goblin Mech, because if he brings a sneak attack monster, I have relatively big hit points and relatively big armor, and my Goblin Mech can fire from the rear position given this context. Now the armor is going to get eaten away, which that's maybe not optimal. Cornelius is an interesting choice, and of course that would be good, but it's less damage output compared to the mech. The mech has a stun, the mech has a piercing, which is huge. Yes, the Thorn Stem is interesting, the self-heal and whatnot is interesting, but I don't think this lasts very long. This is probably 3-4 hits, dies in round 1, maybe round 2. This probably makes it to round 2, maybe 3, because of its, I just think that's probably true. But we could go even bigger, and then we've got a lot of, but I don't even have a Bloodluster out yet. Gotta hurry, but I'm thinking, this could be really valuable because the melee and the archery and the self-inspire plus the speed, I do think that probably makes sense. Now that makes me want to change something else. I think we need to put a meat shield out back. So do we get rid of Lobster Damas? Maybe. I kind of think Just in case magic happens, I like to have the void up front, and he's got a huge meat shield. I don't think last stand is going to become relevant at all. I don't think his damage is very meaningful because I just like him from a meat shield perspective. Probably better than Lobsterdamus. And from a damage perspective, I can move Spirit Miner out and put Axemaster in, and that's going to do more damage. You know what? I like this. We got to Retaliate on the War Chang. We got to Inspire. We got a bit of like archery, and yeah, let's give this a shot. Yep. I could have made an argument for putting Axemaster in there instead of, for instance, even the Ruler of the Seas. And it looks like that might have been wise if I had made that switch, because he's voided up over here. And that would have been, Axemaster would have hit like the double 3, which would have been 6. There's no headwinds, so that would have really hurt my opponent. But I like my play. And we're going to have, does he have any Demoralize? We're going to have 2 melees that are going to drop 4 each because of the Inspire. I think we get through, unless he dodges because of the flight. I think we probably have some success ripping through the back line and therefore hopefully proccing that Bloodlust. My magic is not going to do what I wanted it to do. That snipe is annoying. That magic reflect is annoying. Oh, and every single miss is not allowable, not permissible. For me to really win this, I need to get through the Spirit of the Force immediately, and I need to start proccing, and I need some Retaliates. That's a big Retaliate, but he's going to self-heal next round through that. The Magic Reflect is significant, and the Spirit of Force could already be dead. It isn't, but it could have already been killed 2-3 times already. And there's no triage, but I think we're 2 wounded, unless we get a big Retaliate. Nope, no Retaliate. I'm not getting lucky with my Retaliates. I'm also not getting lucky with my dodges. I'm also not getting lucky with my completed shots, meaning like my opponent is dodging me more than I'm dodging him. And he's also got the last stand. So, I mean, unless we hit him right here, we miss again. I know that flight has a 25% chance to evade, and he has a 7 and I have a 6, so he's a 35% chance to evade, and there's a blind over here. Okay, so it is a 50% chance to evade, which is huge. But this is partly why I talked about this card so many times in recent videos in particular, because some of the older cards are actually really affordable nowadays. Spirit of the Force is a card that I celebrate and look to and desire, and I've wanted for many, many years. I've never owned it, and I've always wanted it. It used to be way more expensive, and now it's kind of falling by the, people are ignoring it. There's a lot of things to buy in Splinterlands. You can't have it all. If I brought the Axemaster, if I geared away if I went melee and front line, we would have had more success. That Goblin mech would have been more helpful than many of the other things I ended up bringing. It's frustrating because when you should play, what just happened there in my opinion is I should have played melee because of the super sneak rule function, but that made me believe my opponent would be defended from a melee. And I don't really think he was. I think he was primarily defended against the magic. He had Magic Reflect, he had Void, he had Self-Heal. And so it's as if the game, the 4D chess stuff, like he knew I should play melee, but that might mean I won't play melee because I want to keep my opponent guessing. And he therefore, got in front of that decision tree. Anyways, Little Leagues, second Gladiator if I want. These are tough opponents. I don't expect to win all of them. I do often win most of them. Last 3 Guild Brawls, I went 6-6, 6-6, and 6-1, I think. And so we're 6-0, 5-1, and 6-1. So very strong performance lately. So hopefully we'll carry that forward. I do want to go probably Lorna Shine, but then my Bloodlusters are not the best. Let's see, because I want Little League. If there are 2 Gladiators available, I really want to bring them. Okay, so I kind of like this. I don't think there's any weapon. There is no weapon trainer in my rule set. Alpha, Beta, Untamed. Right? No, there is not. So Helmet is out of the question. I could go that way, and that's a pretty strong start. Let me just go strong archery, probably. No. There's so many. Like, look at the cheap team you can put together with these guys. And I know not the strongest, but look at the significant archery damage, I don't know if I love that for these tanks. But I mean, there's some really powerful monsters on this team. Despite only four mana or lower. Probably Grumpy Dwarf goes out. I'm going to pull back on the Lorna, and I'm going to check out what I want to do that way. Just quickly, what could I do with Pyre? Yeah, see, this feels like, even with Cerebus, I feel like Boom Boom is way more powerful. Then we put the Cereb up front. We get the Fire Demon with the Blast. And we've got a strong team already. Now, probably Tower Griffin with the defense. This is one of the highest performing cards, by the way. The data around this card's 6th rate is huge. Now, I do need more hit points. Significant. Like, this would be cool, but he's only got 2 hit points. This would be cool, but he's 2 hit points. The Cobalt Miner is good, pretty good with the 5. I'm probably going that way, but the Repair could be huge. Ooh, Scavenge could be gigantic. Hard decisions. Hard decisions. I wish I could hear you guys' thoughts as we say these things aloud. Grumpy Dwarf can be a nice pick in that second spot. You know what? I'm going to quickly, I'm going Ant-Mine. Because you just watch. I bet we end up getting a good amount of hit points. He's only got 2. But, you know, if we get some kills, he's got a sneak with the he's got 1 sneak with the 3 bomb, which is going to kill me in 2 rounds, which sucks. But we're going to drop some serious blast bombs. And I bet we win this one. Just looking at it, I bet we win this one. He does have a triage, but I'm not largely doing a sneak. I do have a sneak, but I'm not largely focusing on that. Love to get through that. Find back turtle. Oh, that miss is huge. Love that. Now the Thorns takes me down, but we got 1 kill before they got a kill. And he's going to kill me before I kill him on that rear. But I've gotten through 2 of his monsters. I'm feeling good. See, my Scavenge is up to 4. Now we're up to 5 with the armor, by the way, right? 6. We're like full meat shield with a 2 mana monster. This thing just Scavenge is such a powerful function. And I don't know that we win this, but that hit was huge, was gigantic, and we win it. So when you get that, the gladiators is too important. If you can do 2 gladiators, you almost need to. And so my first decision tree was like, which team has the best little league gladiators? I need 2 of them on the field that are powerful. With the white team, I felt strong about one of them. That legendary with the heal wasn't relevant because heal isn't relevant when there's 3, 4, 5 mana hit points on each of your monsters. That's not a big heal tank. And so tank heal is not really relevant. So the white team, even though I would have had Lorna Shine with her Divine Shield on every monster, which is cool and very powerful, it wasn't as impactful as Pyre with the fire team because of those 2 glads that came. Anyways, let's keep going. 53 mana, million power opponent, evens only, magic. So obviously, you know, we're not going to play magic, or that'd be the first thought. So one counterplay question is like, could you play magic in a sustainable way despite the magic reflect? I don't think so, and I don't think I'm gonna try. But if you had magic reflection shield, which I can't in my rule set, right? It's like, it's important to think the rule set I'm set in front of tells me not to do A, so my opponent knows I'm not going to do A, so maybe I do A because that surprises them. But not, I think the answer for me in this rule set with Alpha Beta Untamed is a no. Even card, and then some of my key magic monsters that do exist, like on the white team with Captain Katie, are odd, not even. So that's another factor. I do have my sneak attack monster with the green Katrubba, which I love, but there's no sneak. So I got to focus on what I think we do is we really lean into I think we really lean into archery because there's really strong archers on the white team. Ajax, Lightfoot, Peacebringer, Cornelius. Front in case we get there, and Ajax needs to go in the back because the Bloodlust can start going. We are going to look at what magic monsters we have. See, I could get behind that because the kickback is not going to matter too much. And, you know, immunity is great and self-heal is huge, and, you know, strengthen is also important. I don't know that we're going to land on that, but I'm going to tentatively put that up first spot. What else we got in them? You know, this probably makes some sense. Running out of time. And I don't love this team right now. Really don't love this team. I could go that way, but I feel like that's just... It's going to miss a fair bit. The Inspire over here could be helpful. And the Snare. So I like this team. I don't love it. I'm going to quickly change. And I'm going to go, what would I do over here? I've only got 50 seconds. Let's lean right into melee. Nope. Going back quick. Make everybody panic. I'm interested what I could do with death too, but... I might regret this. Boom. Boom. Wish Fire Spitter was faster. I wish I could change out Luminous. I might regret that too. They just give up some second line melee damage to slip in a dragon monster, which does a little bit of magic damage and is going to largely be irrelevant. He did the Luminous. But I thought this made sense because there's more hit points. I want more sustainability because I want my archery to live and do damage. If Ajax is allowed to live, that's going to allow me to win. We've done very similar plays, except I've put way more hit points in front. Well, we both have the Krallis, so that's even. And then I have a 10, he has a 5, which my 10 self-heals for 3 every turn. Then I have a Cornelius in the third spot. He does have a 10 over here, but mine he self-heals for 12 and he's got 10. Then I do think we win. But he's got the armor, +3 armor on everybody, and the -1 archery, which I'm countering the -1 archery with my +1 archery, but the armor is standing in the way of my archers. And this was actually a smart play. Bila the Radiant with the life leech allows Bila to self-resist the magic reflect, which is smart. Are we going to land a big melee? Big melee would be huge. Come on. Come on, hit it. Hit it. Hit it. Yes. I did not. That was not a guaranteed hit right there. And now he procced a Bloodlust, which is concerning. I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're in trouble. And that miss is really annoying. Could have broke his armor there. Yeah, we're in trouble. We're in big trouble because the Life Leech Bila is gonna be a partner. Yeah, we've lost. He procced. I almost did this. I had the summoner. I almost did this. I had hit points to spare too, right? Didn't I? I mean mana. That was a bit of an oversight. I have to say it is more difficult to play this game when I'm commentating on what I'm doing. But it's also fun and I like sharing it with you, so we're gonna do it anyways. Hard, difficult or not, we're gonna do it. 42 + 2. Even Stevens against Silent Summoners and Fog of War. So let's pick a dragon because Silent Summoners, you know, slow things down or sort of impede what we're capable of doing. What kind of swiftness do we have with the death team? Really tempted. Now, there's no kitty, right? My opponent can't play kitty. Well, it can, but the Silent Summoner makes it irrelevant. So I could probably get away with the evasiveness here. I don't know if I love that. And I use slow, speed, and blind. Plus a 6 speed. Now it's too magic focused. Evens again. Look at green and see what... Yeah, here we go. This feels like it could be big, real big. We're committing to this team. In the last the last two losses, I felt like I didn't give myself enough time to really think. We're committing to green. Is he likely to do a lot? I would say magic, quite likely. Let's build anti-magic and heal. Yeah. Look, 2 healers, good amount of hit points. We're not at all resistant to archery in the front line. And that could be a downfall. That could be a problem. But we're not very resistant to melee either. But I do like this team. Now, I didn't bring a Bloodluster. Yeah, so I think we probably better bring, or no. I don't know if he's the play. Big switch. Big moves around. I think we still go. Yeah, check it out. We've got the Kron with the final. We got the Mythic with the big bomb. We got the self heals. We got heal, and substantial hit points. Let's see if it's enough. I pulled away a little magic reflect, and that may end up hurting me because I did have a magic reflect on the horse, but I don't on flesh golem. Will the self heal matter more? My Mythica is way bigger. We outgun him, but does his build fit better? Find out. I have the last 10 Kron, which I feel pretty good about too. You know, Aura landing a Bloodlust for either team could change things. Like right now, I think I feel pretty strong, but his Void on that Chain Golem is working. And he killed my Quora, dude. And then he's gonna, at least his Quora is not gonna get the kill. Last Stand Kron is significant, but it's not enough. And I'm so glad his Quora is not landing the killing blow, but it doesn't really matter. Even with Last Stand, we're only doing 3. And yeah, he's doing enough to just take me down. Oh. Frustrating. Not my best performance yet. 2 wins, 3 losses. Let's try and get a couple more wins here. Okay. Equalizer. Everybody's got sneak. Corrosive fog. Units take armor damage, I think. You know what? The tank heals on the green are pretty exciting to me. And then I could bring out the Bloodlust that I love, which is Katroba. Then let's bring... This is interesting because you can bring some rares that are more powerful. I don't know if everybody knows that still. It's been a while since we've talked about that, but like the level... Some of the rares, your rares go from level 6 to level 7 because of the epic summoner. I'm not going to play that, but I am going to go dragon. And let's go green because I actually do really like Katroba's like a must-have in my. And that's going to be my carry right now, I think. I also really love Orc Stone Splitter, and with the Equalizer rule set, the Enrage and he's a beast. Like that's a real strong pick, I think. I do think Swiftness and Blind are going to be really helpful, but I'm not certain I want to bring that one. Let's just see. Like this is interesting, but it's so slow. I bet he puts like a flying fast monster like the Beard of the Forest in that back line. Cards like this make a lot of sense. This is tough. Katroba's huge. But so is Tanya, which gives me more speed. And it all has its own double strike. Yep. Oh, Quora though. On now. Yeah, and yeah. There we go. I think so. So 3. Gotta bring some heal. Do we have any triage? These. And then thorns. Oh, I almost forgot the vigilator. Are you kidding me? And then yeah, we gotta bring. So like, I don't love the red dragon actually. Who else could I bring? I don't feel like that's the play. I actually wonder, setting aside red dragon and bringing out robo dragon's a play. I don't know if I'm gonna regret that, but I love this Orc Stone Splitter with the retaliate and the enrage and the equalizer. So he's got 13 hit points. So I was gonna do robo dragon. Let's see if I end up regretting that. We have very similar. There's some similar monsters. I have the tree. Oh, he's got the hobgoblin. He's got the kitty with the true strike. He's got the inspire back there. Let's see what happens with retaliates. Things could get crazy. If these guys come at me and Orc just goes, oh yeah, it's sneak. It's sneak. Thorns back here. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know what's going to happen. He does have the void. He has the tank heal from the sum. I have 1 tank heal. Thorns are putting in work. And we got another round of thorns right behind that. Oh, the bloodlust. That is brutal. Honestly, that is brutal. Poison. A poison on the Chain Golem. Chain Golem, very powerful opponent. And as we saw last round. Katie with the increased speed is going to punch sooner than she did in the last cycle, which means she won't get the kill on the Vigilator. The Vigilator probably goes down. Triage put in no work. That was a mistake. Because he was doing enough damage the whole time that the Triage didn't have a moment to do it, to put work in. Love to see a big retaliate on when the Hobgoblin comes at me. And then we go mono and mono with the Katie. Love that the Katie missed. Okay. Oh, that, like, for real though. I mean, this is no bueno. Katie's gonna hit and get a kill, isn't she? That's huge. That's helping, but not enough. And then I gotta retaliate. That's a huge retaliate, and I do get a, don't I? I get a kill here. Oh, but he's got the putting in so much work with his Vigilator with the inspiration. Ay, guys. Tough. Okay, get one more. Win, lose, or draw, we're having fun. Team at Romney, I beat him last time, 7 million power. Everybody's got trample, heavy hitters, rise of the commons, 30 mana. Thing. I'm really scratching my head. There's too many options. Go like this. Boil it down. Who's got the best bloodlust? That would be interesting. Be good too. Oh. Okay. So we're gonna give Captain Katie a shot. Yeah, we haven't played her all day. Time for her to put in some work. Now, case, damage. We'll bring the Herbalist for some self-repair. I like the idea of bringing a Unicorn, which has got a good amount of hit points. I honestly might bring the Peaceful Giant. 15 hit points goes a long way. What about tank heal though? Got 2 left to spare. I love having, like, I'm susceptible to snipe damage right now, but I can't be strong against everything. Let's put the Cocatrice in the rear for a bit of a sneak defense. I think we probably bring the Herbalist up there in case there's a snipe damage. Peaceful Giant's huge. Doesn't mean he's going to last forever, but he's got a good amount of hit points for 5 mana. Alternatively, put a Gloridax Soldier, which does a little bit of damage, but it's so small. And if he does magic, this is probably my best play from an all-around perspective. Divine Healer probably gets 1 chance to heal, right? Peaceful Giant's going down in round 2 if he doesn't die in the round 1. And I like my play. I like this. This looks good. I think this is gonna be win. I've said that I think twice on 2 of my losses today though. So let's find out together. Katie with the buff from the summoner, dropping a 5 bomb on here, gets the Bloodlust in round 1. Huge. I feel like that's probably that. Wrong. I think we get a second Bloodlust in round 2 because archery fires. Oh, magic goes first. I thought archery fired before magic. Range fired before magic. No. I don't know. That's a huge Bloodlust. And the trample, by the way. Oh, but a miss. A miss. 20% chance to miss, and he missed. And another Bloodlust. Okay. Honestly, guys, I needed that one. Needed that one. That was not my best turnout. But guild brawls are fun and significant. 1, 2, 3 3 wins and 4 losses. I've literally been top 1 or 2 in the last 3 matches. That one stinks. Way down here. There I am, number. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks so much for your time and attention. If you're enjoying Splinterlands, if you're not in a guild and you want to be, check out Time and Attention. Follow the Discord link in the description. Have an amazing day. Bye for now.